Hey guys, Akio Murasaki here as always. Today we are going to be talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yes, it's a somewhat anime related topic, you'll see in a moment why, but first a bit of context. If you've been living under a rock or are just not familiar with Assassin's Creed Shadows, it's been one of the more controversial titles this year. There's been a lot of discussions around one of the characters, Yasuke, and his legitimacy as a actual samurai, as a black samurai in Japan. There's been a lot of historical discussions around Yasuke, whether he was not a samurai. He was made a samurai in Assassin's Creed Shadows. A lot of people, even in Japan, were not very happy with that decision, but also there's been a lot of negligence, I would say, related to merchandise, related to some promo stuff, promo material, art book done by Ubisoft. Some of the work has been outsourced and handled very, very poorly, resulting in like actual Japanese people being offended. And surprisingly, there's been a small cohort, I would say, of game journalists and also staunch Assassin's Creed Shadows fans, and in general Assassin's Creed fans and Ubisoft fans, who have been defending the game until the last drop of blood, even, I would say. And once the game released, of course, people were playing it, people were kind of dunking on the somewhat subpar gameplay. In the end, adding Yasuke as an extra character and not just polishing the main gameplay with Nale, sorry, I forgot her name. Has been very detrimental to the game. I've seen a lot of gameplays, and I have to say I was very unimpressed compared to previous Assassin's Creed titles, especially the early ones like the first and the second one. I feel like around 2020, 2023 with AC Mirage, the game, the whole franchise has basically reached like a state where they're not only not improving, but they're kind of devolving in terms of quality. And that, of course, puts a lot of pressure on Ubisoft, which is right now hemorrhaging, being restructured, being sold to Tencent in parts and pieces. I don't really want to get into details on this, but I just want to give you a bit of context before I move on to one of the DLCs for Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is a collaboration with Attack on Titan. Yes! I think it's a very rare opportunity. I have not seen many Attack on Titan collabs done by, for instance, gacha games. I've been playing gacha games for, well, several years now, and I don't think I've seen even like a single collab with Attack on Titan. Maybe perhaps one somewhere in like a popular gacha game that I personally do not play very much. Could have been one of these like simpler older ones. But otherwise, I haven't really seen any collabs with Attack on Titan, which is the more surprising that Assassin's Creed Shadows actually is getting one. And what is even more surprising is the quality of the collaboration, the quality of that DLC. I'm just gonna play you guys a clip. You're gonna see for yourselves what I'm talking about here. I'll just get right onto it. Yes, that is probably Aaron, yes. Oh no, sorry, it's actually not. Oh my god. Absolute nightmare fuel. This is just so incredibly awkward. Oh my god. The animation. What is even happening here? Is this a 2025 game? This is so bad. Ooh. Okay, so that is basically one of the clips for the DLC. And rather unsurprisingly, the accounts that have been incredibly aggressively defending Assassin's Creed Shadows before it's released, as it was released, trying to claim it's very popular, it's loved by Japanese players. Not true. But making a lot of, claims, a lot of defenses of the game have eventually, after actually playing this DLC and after having played Assassin's Creed Shadows for a while, they have eventually folded. Yes. Even the people who have been the staunchest defenders of Assassin's Creed Shadows finally had to realize that the game is really bad. This is not a 2025 title. It's actually embarrassing just looking at this DLC. And the comments, I'm just gonna read you the comments. Here is from The Hidden One. It's one of the kind of main AC accounts, Assassin's Creed accounts, that has been very engaged in the Shadows discussion before it was released, as it was released. And here's basically what they write. I finished the Attack on Titan and Assassin's Creed Shadows collab, and safe to say, that was a complete waste of time. Wow. It felt like a total mess. I had low expectations. You had low expectations? You were defending this game, okay. But I didn't expect it to be that low poly as well. Almost 90% of the entire collab quest is just very generic climbing and swinging with really poorly put together routes. I at least thought there would be a real fight with the Titan, but nope, yeah, so basically that sequence when you run away, you just run away from the Titan, and that's basically it. Yeah, great, isn't it? You just run from it, and that's it. You literally fight the effing gods in AC Origins, true. You fight mythical beasts in Odyssey, also true. You fight dragons and deities in Valhalla, true. They didn't even bother to do this for the Titan, and the question is, why? Also, the cutscenes are atrocious. I knew there'd be no mocap. How so? How did you know that? But I forgot how bad the cutscenes were, especially after coming off a VOM? Not sure what they mean here. You barely get anything for doing the Collab 2, just a few hideout banner cosmetics, no outfit or anything cool. By the way, they mentioned later that the outfit you again have to buy, yet ta-da-da-dum, it is a microtransaction. The moment you finish, a effing pop-up shows up telling you to go to the store and buy the outfit with real money. This is embarrassing, honestly. I feel like Ubisoft management should be shamed to hell and back for decisions like this. A DVD collab was better, not sure what they mean here, and so was the Critical Role, okay? 4 out of 10, I don't recommend. Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely agree just watching this one clip and seeing some of the screenshots. It looks horrendously bad. And here's another account, AC Landmarks, which again is one of these accounts that I'm surprised I'm actually not blocked. Sorry. They have been like running off lists and basically mass blocking people for disagreeing on Assassin's Creed Shadows, the various watermelons in summer controversies, and the general lack of care when it comes to depicting Japanese culture, Japanese agriculture, I would even say, I guess. So basically, Japan itself in the game. How very little care was put into this as part of the AC Shadows production. Okay, I'm going to plain out say it. We can't have inconsistencies like this anymore. Having Valley of Memory last week. Oh, that was the VOM, sorry. A game with superb mocap and storytelling compared to this abomination out in AC Shadows is so inconsistent. AC, please prioritize mocap and storytelling. Yeah, it's a very good question. Like, you are landing a collaboration with no other than Attack on Titan, and you are fumbling it so bad. This is actually impressive. I don't think, just seeing how poorly this was done, I don't think Ubisoft should be getting any collabs with any Japanese franchises going forward because they simply don't know what to do with them. Sure to say, this was absolutely atrocious. But what I found even more, and again, this AC Landmarks, one of the AC Defender accounts. One of the comments that I saw here buried in one of the threads from Synth Potato. Synth Potato, I originally thought that they were also defending Assassin's Creed Shadows, but I don't think I remember. I've seen them recently defending Ghost of Yotei, so not necessarily AC Shadows, but here what they write: the post-launch of AC Shadows has been so bad. Updated have been good, but feels like all DLCs have just soared the initial experience I had with the game, which by the way was also not great from what I've seen. But okay. And here is a comment from The Hidden One, which is one of these accounts that have been like super shills for AC Shadows. As harsh as it sounds, they just need to end the support for this game and save their money and resources because it's not working out, man. I'm sure all 4,000 total players won't be distraught. Well, that is a very interesting change of direction, I should say, from the previous claims of Assassin's Creed Shadows being incredibly popular, especially in Japan, and having, you know, thousands of copies sold. By the way, the game horribly underperformed, if you're not familiar. Having thousands of copies sold, and now they're saying, oh, a total of 4,000 total players. Yeah. I'm sorry to say this, but the game is just not a good Assassin's... It's, first of all, it's a terrible Assassin's Creed Shadows experience. It's a really bad game set in Japan. Like, we had Ghost of Tsushima, for instance, which looks way better, plays way better, at least based on the gameplays I've seen so far. Many of them I have seen. And not to mention of a number of other games set in Japan that simply are way more authentic than AC Shadows. But suddenly they say, okay, a total of 4,000 players. Well, that is interesting. So you guys are not defending it? Are you what, not being paid enough anymore? Or what is the change here? Because I really want to know what is up with these accounts. Why are they defending the game so hard? And then suddenly, and then eventually being like, nah, okay, we can't do this. The game is actually trash. I don't think I would ever find myself defending a game to such an extent to even like say it is amazing despite literally everyone else, everything else. It's like sure, the volume of evidence, the tsunami of evidence showing that the game is actually bad. And I'm just gonna go say, no, it's actually, you guys don't know, you guys are wrong, the game is actually awesome. And no, it really is not. And to kind of sour the view of this specific DLC and AC Shadows and how is, sorry, not AC Shadows, AC as a franchise and how it has been just, you know, plummeting in quality over the years. Especially in AC Shadows, because we're talking about AC Mirage, for instance, a game from 2023. This is apparently from the DLC in AC Mirage, and oh my god, look at the quality of the game, look at the quality of the cutscenes and of the facial expressions.
Of your kind. My apologies, but I am in a state of abject terror being in your presence.
I would have guessed mere nervousness. Yet, if it comforts you, know that appearances deceive. I did not come to Alala seeking bloodshed, even if a touch of it found me. Now, tell me, how do you know of my people?
In Baghdad. At the caravanserai.
Just guys, just honestly look at this. Look at this cutscene. Graphics are absolutely amazing. Game from 2023, okay? They're maybe not as great as AC Shadows in like top quality and top settings, but the graphics are perfectly fine. Look at the body language of the characters. Look at the mocap. Look at the facial expressions. Look at the quality of facial expressions. This is like night and day with the AC Shadows DLC and with AC Shadows in general. Like, I have no idea what happened to this franchise, but like,
A soap mill owner.
it's nearly perfect. Like, obviously there are a little like gaps here and there when it comes to smoothness of animations and motion.
Dark.
but like the majority of it is just crazy. It's absolutely perfect, almost perfect. So yeah, we've gone downhill. Like the entire franchise has devolved. As someone who has played mostly the first AC Shadows games and really enjoyed them, and I kind of liked the idea of AC Shadows, the first Assassin's Creed games, and really enjoyed them, and who in general liked the idea of Assassin's Creed, of the franchise, how it started developing in Assassin's Creed 2 specifically, how it's like there was like this moment when the whole idea of assassins in different time periods started becoming more of a thing, and how the franchise then subsequently expanded. It's very sad to see the direction. I don't know what exactly happened, if it's the deadlines, the poor management, the in general lack of direction in the studio, the costs, the corona pandemic. Like, I feel like there's like a bazillion of factors, but this cannot go on. There's absolutely no justification from the players to have to, agree to this sort of drop in quality in AC Shadows and pretend like the game is still worth a full price and that it's worth buying any of the cosmetics in a fully priced game. That is horrendous. I don't think any player should honestly support this, and I think it's a massive shame that a Attack on Titan collaboration was wasted on something like AC Shadows. I would rather see it literally anywhere else, even for instance in Nikkei, Goddess of Victory Nikkei, where it would have fit way better with the idea of ruptures, for instance. They already had a Evangelion collaboration, I think even twice at this point. And there it really worked with the angels in Evangelion. And I feel like Attack on Titan would also have worked really well for Nikkei. But come on, like AC Shadows and Attack on Titan, like why? But yeah, I'm just gonna leave you guys with these final thoughts. If you liked my coverage, if you like my coverage and you're looking forward to more videos from me, like and subscribe, and I see you guys in the next one. I will be talking more about some gacha games, Silver and Blood. I will be covering some other gacha games that I have been playing recently, maybe some guides even. Definitely some general topics I want to cover related to trends in gacha games, since there's been a lot going on, but yeah, just a small sneak peek. And I see you guys in the next one. Mata ne!